gentlemen, welcome back to Twisted Koi. How we doing out there, cupcakes? And you, Keith and Amanda's pond build. And also, congratulations, they've got engaged. Woohoo! Is that a wedding pond party coming? Woohoo! I hope so. Well, good luck. And congratulations to both Keith and Paula. So, how are we doing out there, people? Well, these have just had a bit of a water change and they've got a little bit of food floating on the top. I've been asked quite a few times in the comments, what do I think of the cactoidy? I think it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And if you go down in the description, you'll find a link. Follow that link and you should get a discount as well. Just put Twisted Koi in the discount code to be sure. So, yeah, I'm waiting for these to settle down and finish eating because I want to have a little go through them later and try and get a few out. I've done the cleaning on the IBC tank and I want to have a look through there because I know there's at least one in there that should be in here in the wall. And while I'm doing the filters on the Tosai tank, I'm going to have a look through a photograph and a measure up because they have put on a little bit of growth in there, even though they've been only sort of like a couple of degrees warmer most of the time. They're about the same at the moment, so absolutely perfect time for me to get the bowl out, have a look through and decide. I tell you what, there's so many fucking spiders in this place, it's unreal, but they're keeping the flies down. So anyway, as I was saying, there has been some growth over there and I want to go through them and I will make a decision on a couple of them and they will probably get moved on, but a couple of the bigger ones I will move back into the main pond. There's one in here that I could possibly move out and move over there. Size wise, I mean, I've got enough filtration to cope with it. I mean, I've got more filtration now than I had in the old filter system and tank I had. So yeah, and I had a lot of fish in there and we are slowly creeping the temperature up. We're up to 22 degrees now. Another 4 degrees and I will be happy because that is pretty much where I want to be. So yeah, let's have a look outside then. Definitely better size on the Kajaku there, and there is definitely some size on the Hitsuri that my oldest boy bought for me for my birthday last year. Talking about birthdays, happy birthday Matt, that's my oldest son, his birthday today. So yeah, we're going to have a go through these. There's the good, isn't that nice? And I'll put the two Benny Kumonru in together and then I will pick which one I want to keep then. But yeah, I'm going to have a go through them at some point while I'm doing that in a minute. As I say, these have had a filter clean and I've got to go through there because there is some munters in there, as in there is some in there with the odd deformity, so yeah, really do need to go through there. But you can tell there isn't a oh, fuck off. What is it, you know? I mentioned I'm going to come outside, do some bits, and it starts picking with fucking rain. I mean, only in fucking Britain. And I've had a message from Rick, he's done some block work at the Mega Munger tunnel, so yeah, almost there, ready for polystyrene and liners. So if he does get the last of it finished over the weekend, then it will be polystyrene and liners next week. So yeah. And these are doing alright. I'm seriously contemplating moving on the Isa shower now as well. And there's a couple I've got to come out, get in the bowl and get recorded, measured, because they're getting moved on, so I've got to start advertising those. So yeah, it's sort of dry. Once I crack into it, I'll come back to you. Hear me singing, I love rock and roll. I'll tell you what, I had some old bird giggling away to herself as I was walking around Morrison's earlier. Because every time she see me, I was singing away to a different song on my playlist. Managed to catch up with me at the tail. She went, "You don't care, do you?" And I went, "No." But one thing I do care about is my koi, which is why before I do absolutely anything, in the respect of, no, move it over there, in the respect of moving any fish, then I'm going to do some scrapes first. See. Keep telling you people up here for thinking, down there for dancing. So yeah, first things first, I'll get a scrape done on this one, and then I'll move my arse out there and we will go from there. Well, nothing is getting moved from the growing on tank, that's for sure. Still got fucking flukes. Oh. Fucking pissed. Right, here we go again. Right, and guys and girls, don't do what I do. Because I ain't getting blamed. But they are getting a slightly stronger dose. Maybe if I was to turn the airlift off, for a few hours, that means the airlift and the fractionation that comes from the airlift shouldn't, I wouldn't have thought it stripped the fucking chemicals out. I know it strips malachite green and formalin out, I know that because of the mid-pipe. A nice shade of green. So, yeah. Oh, push the wrong button trying to push you backwards. So, yeah. Do I do another PP treatment? No, because I couldn't see anything else. Just going to hit them with a fucking mega dose of Fluke P. So, one system down. Three more to check. There is only 2 or 3 fish in there that are actually showing any signs of being pissed. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is turn the airlift off for an hour or 2. So if I do that, swap that over to the bio bin. The reason I swap it over to the bio bin is because, like I was saying before, Fluke P foams up, and then what happens is, because of it foaming up in your bio bins, it gets to a point where the media stops moving for a while. Pain in the ass. But if it means I can knock these pissing flukes on the head once and for all, then I think that's the way to go, because the system itself is still running because of the air source heat pump. So there's still going to be Fluke P taken through all the pipe work. In fact, I'll leave it 10 minutes and then I'll turn the air source, the airlift off. Yeah, I think that's the way to go forward. So anyway, I'm going to come back to you in a bit. Alright, we're here at the Tosai tank, and in the bowl I have the Ginrin Goshki Showa. Its breeder is Koda. It was originally a koi wholesale fish that I got via Ricky at New Forest Koi Farm. Now I've picked this one to scrape because to me it does look like it's got a slightly heavier mucus layer, so we shall have a look at it. He is a little bit on the short body side, I would say, but you can see the Goshki robin starting to come in on the Benny plates. I mean, it has got a real nice Benny pattern actually. Just a shame he's a little odd. So yeah, Ginrin Goshki Showa, and I will probably move this one on. Which is a shame because I really wanted to keep it, but yeah, look at that Ginrin across the centre, which would be that Matsubamon, and down the sides on that Benny plate is starting to come in on this side as well. Definitely a intrigue fish, that's for sure. But as you can see, he's got a slightly heavy mucus layer on his front end, so he will be the candidate for scraping. So I shall get on to do with that, and I will come back to you shortly. Well, that's 17 centimetres of loveliness. Fucking flukes. Now, on one scrape, I find skin flukes, and the other scrape, I find gill flukes. But, as it says in my Bible, now this is a black and white copy of my Bible. A new copy will cost you, I think it's 50 quid. Best place to go and get it is the Koi Collection, and that is from Duncan Griffiths. And it says here, gill flukes share many of the traits of skin flukes but differ in one major area. Our job much harder, like, because I can't say the Latin words, is a hermaphrodite, unlike the meaning it's an egg layer. So one spits out live baby flukes, and the other one lays eggs, right? And it just makes our task much harder, because depending on temperature, the life cycle vary immensely, even to the point that not only can they put off egg laying until conditions are favourable, but also the eggs can lie dormant until conditions favour the hatching process. So spring is the worst time, because you know the temperature's going up and down, and if you don't knock it on the head, you know, out in there, this one should be totally easy, because they've had a really good dose now, and that should knock it on the head. But where is it? I read here. Be here. Gill flukes are at home on the body as well as the gill. So what it's saying there is you can have both types of flukes on the body. Yeah. Go. Gill flukes are at home on the body as well as the gill. So there isn't going to be anything getting moved out of the Tosai tank, but I can give them a check over and a little bit of a record. I've taken photos of the Ginrin shower, and I will do the rest while I'm at it, just so I can record it all for my own purposes. And not only that, I want to get the Omasako shower that I won from Lee Hadfield in the bowl, so I can send him a couple of pics. And I'm going to have to look back on my my YouTube, my Google Photos. I may have to do it through YouTube actually, because I might have deleted them, but find when I got them in to see what sumi they had then to what sumi they've got now, and there is a considerable difference. So yeah, enough of my yip yap, and I shall get the first one in the bowl. And there's 24 centimetres of loveliness. Look at the scalation on that chagoi. Chagoi that was bred here at Twisted Towers. Look at that scaling. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I am over the moon with that, I'm telling you. And I know it's got a sibling up North Koi Pond that is a darker version, but just as phenomenal. In fact, I think you'll find Simon's one that actually belongs to his son is bigger than this one, but the scaling is just as good. Look at that. Also having a look through just to see what sizes they are before I make my final decisions on what I'm going to take to the National. But I am over the moon with that. That's the genetics from my my Tancho that we lost, because that was its mum, and the Char at Suri that is in the main pond. Just wow. I am over the moon with that. I am pleasantly pleased with this one, sitting in at 24 cm. Ginrin Hiatsuri that my son bought me for my birthday last year. It's bought from World of Water Bracknell, and I'm not sure of the breeder, but when I speak to Dan he'd be able to tell me absolutely straight away. I've got a sneaky feeling he's going to tell me it's Hirasawa, but still an absolutely beautiful fish. Personally I'm hoping it comes out male. That way then I know I've got a guaranteed male Hiatsuri, I've got a guaranteed Kiatsuri that's in the main pond, and I'm also hoping that the Kaneko Shiroatsuri, that one there, I'm hoping that one turns out male as well. So that gives me all three Utsuris in a male, and then I've got the big Utsuri from New Forest Koi Farm that's female. So you can start to see where I'm going at home. But absolutely beautiful fish. And the Ginrin, alright. Ginrin only visible on the Benny. Absolutely lovely. And here we have another lot of loveliness. This is the Kajaku that came from New Forest Koi Farm, and this is to replace the the kajaku that Susan lost from Andy and Graham from Derby Koi gave her a kajaku. We lost it, so this is her replacement. 25 cm. Look at that skin, look at that luster. Absolutely beautiful, clean head. Absolutely stunning. British bred, people. British bred. Here we have Kinshiro Utsuri, bought at Crafty's Momotaro Grow Out event. Wasn't my first choice, isn't that right, Mr. Tropical Koi? But all the same, still a stunning fish. Hoping again that it's male. Now, I'm not going to do it today, but I will be putting this in a blue bowl with an air stone for a prolonged period of time. And the reason for that is I want to see how stable that sumi is. Now, the reason I say that, because Kinshiros, Kinshoas, and other metallics that have sumi, when put in a blue bowl, it's as if the sumi drops off it, and basically it just disappears, and it will go paler and paler and paler. Now, the reason for that is, if I was going to take it to the show, I need to know how stable that sumi is, because if that fish goes into a bowl for any period of time and the sumi drops off of it, then there's absolutely no point in taking it to the show. Now, if it stays as is, then he could be a possibility, but I've still got to do the blue bowl test, so that we will still have to wait and see. But it is, like I say, it wasn't my first choice, but once that gets a bit more body on it, that pattern is going to come into its own in a big way. But like I say, for the moment it's just photo and measurement, and then I'll make my decision from there. But like I say, it has got to do the blue bowl test. But what I'll do is I'll wait for the concrete pad to go in, and I'll get the new bowl set up, and I'll get it in there with some air and stuff, and we'll go from there. But here we go. Well, this one really should be in the growing on tank. This is my Omasako Shiro Utsuri from the oh Jesus Christ, I talked about just a minute ago. Oh, for fuck's sake, thanks, son. Caught from the Koi Collection open day. So, yep. And he's rocking in at, my pad stay still, 18 cm. But yeah, realistically, I want him in the growing on tank, but can't do that until I've got Flukes under control. I could put it over today because I've just put a fluke treatment in, but I want to be able to move other stuff around at the same time, so he's going to have to wait. But another fish that's not going to come into its own until it gets a lot bigger. So here we have the two Benny Kamonru. One is slightly bigger than the other, and yeah, the sumi has really started to change on these. One's 19 centimeters, one's 20. I like the way that the sumi is starting to progress on what I call the hooded one, and that's 19 cm. But I think once the sumi does whatever it's going to do around this area on this one step one, I think I will end up keeping this one and moving this one on. And I tell you what, you cannot deny the quality of that skin condition. And these were also fish that came from Koi Wholesale via Ricky at New Forest. And the breeder for these, again like the Gimrin Goshki Showa, is Koda. Which one would you pick out of the two? Another 19 centimetre beauty. This one came from the very first Koi collection open day that was done by Andy at Derby Koi, and this one was gifted from the Koi couple. And yes, this one will be staying at Twisted Towers. Just look at that lustre. Absolutely beautiful. And this one will be going absolutely nowhere as well. Look at that beautiful three-step pattern. This is the Omasako Showa that I won from Lee Hadfield's channel, and this came from Koi Water Barn, 17 cm. Another one that I would prefer to be in the growing on tank in the warm, but at the moment, like I say, we'll get the parasites sorted out first, and then we'll get things swapped round. But yeah, I've got real high hopes for this one. And a big shout to Lee for picking a cracking fish. Absolutely beautiful. Another one that should really be in the growing on tank. We've got this one at the same time as we've got the Omasako Shirotsuri, and this is an Otsuka Akamatsuba, and I'm almost positive that this is going to be a male. Even better. Beautiful robing still to come in. Just need to start getting a bit of body on him, which is why again going to have a shift round once we've got all these parasites sorted out. But that is the reason, that fish there is the reason why we are now moving on that one down there. So yeah, but that Otsuka Akamatsuba, absolutely stunning. Now this loveliness, this is a newer one. This is 20 centimeters, and this is a Kajaku cross Beni Kikikuryu. You see how in comparison to a Kajaku, there's a lot more sumi on it. That orange will deepen up as it gets bigger. .20 cm, got a beautiful metallic to it. Can't wait for that pattern to come into its own. Like I say, 20 centimeters, and what I will do is I will pause you a second instead of stopping you, and I will get its Deutsch counterpart from the same spawning. Here we go, it is the Deutsch counterpart. He's a 1 centimetre bigger, and he's definitely my sort of Deutsch because he's absolutely scaleless apart from some identical ones down the lateral line. and just underneath the dorsal fin. But again, when we can get him to calm down, look at the metallic in the skin, and then once that colour thickens and deepens up over the summer, come the end of the summer it will look completely different. Well, that's the plan anyway. But out of the two, I've got to say I do prefer this one, though I like both of them and I love the patterning, but this one is my preferred one out of the two. And it's really just to show you the variations you get. And this is the last one for today because my hands are absolutely fucking freezing. And this is a Deutsch shower from New Forest Koi Farm. This was one that was gifted to me from Rick when Gaz, Daz and Vicky were down for the weekend. Beautiful skin condition on it. I'm hoping that some of the sumi recedes back on this one as it grows, because it is still a young fish. So yeah, there is a couple more in there. There's a Gimmer and a Saggy there, and there is a Calico Akamatsuba down by the window, and there is two Kigois from New Forest, not from New Forest Koi Farm, from Cuttlebrook Koi Farm, that Mark gave me when we were at the All England last year. The other one is in the growing on tank. So yeah, I think they've had enough disruption for today. So I'm going to go and warm up. These here want some food. So I've still got 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 to bowl up and photograph. So we've got the Issa Showa, the Oya Asagi, the Akamatsuba, and the big Shisui. So, as always folks, I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you are always great. And we will catch you tomorrow, 2 o'clock on the... No, we won't. Tomorrow's Saturday. Not bad. We will catch you Sunday, 2 o'clock. Same place, same time for Koi Culture. And I'll catch you then.
That's all, cupcakes.